think I'm standing in line for too long at some place, I can just whip it out and tell people about my experience with that. And so we are increasingly defined not by what we say we are, but what everybody else says we are on a moment-to-moment basis. Why are you here? Money? You came here to get money? We're going to take a more indirect approach to that. But I appreciate that. Who else? Who's got Kevin?
Where to put our efforts?
Where to put your efforts? Good question, okay. Meaning like network to network?
Where do we spend our time? What do we do first or second or third?
Gene?
Where I can spend the maximum time in networking and helping others as well.
Okay. So, who's familiar with the concept of a sales funnel? All right, I've talked about this before, right? So if you envision a funnel, okay, a marketing and sales funnel. What's that, John?
Oh, it's all the people going into the funnel.
Yeah, so there's all this stuff that happens out here outside the funnel. And marketing's job is to bring people into the funnel, and then sales and marketing pull them through the funnel. The guy named John Jantsch came along and wrote a book called Duct Tape Marketing, and he put a plug at the bottom of the funnel and called it a sales hourglass. You're not supposed to let people escape. Well, that makes sense, right? Here's some facts about social media. 84% of people who like your Facebook page already do business with you. Unlike a TV commercial, which just plays and I have the choice to mute the TV or get up and run. If I'm going to sit there passively, the thing's going to play and I'm going to have what we call an impression. Driving down the street, those billboards, that's not opt-in. I have to be on that street to get to where I'm going. I have no choice but to some peripheral level at least experience that billboard. A print ad in the newspaper appears in front of me because I'm reading a story. That is push marketing. Social media is pull marketing. I choose with whom I connect. So social media is like that, right? Because in order to consume the content that you're putting out on, let's say Facebook, I have to choose to have a Facebook account. And then I have to choose to go like your page. I've got all this stuff that's coming in on my news feed. All this data, all this information. I'm not going to see it all. So I also have to make another choice to go choose, probably, to go see what you've put out recently, if I really like you. Now Facebook, and this is in your timely tip, Facebook is doing a better job of getting the stuff that it believes is more interesting to you in front of your eyeballs. But Twitter is not like that. Twitter is a chronological deal. The shelf life of a tweet is 3 minutes. And so the average person anymore, when they're researching a purchase position, researches 8 different forms of media.
You can see which of the content that you're actually putting out is getting the most engagement. And so you can see whether people are clicking on links and checking this out, or whether they're ignoring it, and that can kind of give you an idea of the content that is going to actually attract their interest and attention.
Guy, like you got to do everything in your business. Now you got to do the analytics piece. What's the percentage of time you might spend on that?
If you're checking back every week, couple of weeks, again, it depends on how important that is to your business and how often you really want to be updating those metrics and seeing how engagement may be changing from time to time.
Everybody's got that question. It depends on your level of sophistication with the tool. It's like anything else.
Yeah,
it's like
getting it set up is probably the hardest part, but then once you have some of those segments already set up, going in, I could take 15 minutes and review all the data that
tell people who you are and why you exist, and you'll end up doing business with the right people.